Welcome, welcome. Tuesday. Oh, it's not Tuesday night. That's right. It's Wednesday night. We didn't have any internet last night. Some cable somewhere broke and they could not get internet, so we went through the same story. But tonight we're here. And you know what? First off, the most important thing that we have to start with is to say happy birthday to Mary Lou. Some of you will know Mary Lou, many of you will not. But the most important thing is Mary Lou turned 90. And she is as strong as an ox and just sewing away. And it's so exciting every time I see her. She was my booth babe in Minneapolis for years. She was the best. She is the best. You won't find a better woman on the planet, except the rest of you. But she's terrific. So happy birthday, Mary Lou, really all the way from Dallas to up there in Minneapolis. All right, secondly, we're going to give away an iron tonight. The little iron that's brand new out, Reliable is putting out a new iron. And I'm going to give one away. So if you're not logged in, the only reason we'll give it away a little bit later, but you want to make sure that you have to be logged into YouTube. This is only if you're watching live. It's not afterwards. You know, a lot of people watch it and then they start putting iron in the comments. That won't win you the iron. It's only afterwards. And then I want to announce that we gave away the chair. And I really don't think it's because they don't want this chair. I think because you all are so generous. So I want to read this statement to you, and I'm going to tell her name. I asked because I'm thinking, okay, y'all are not going to believe I'm giving away the chair. Y'all going to just think that I'm just like making this up. Anyway, Patricia Tasker is her name. She said I could use her name. And she said, this is so cool, I had to read this to you. Thank you for sending such a lovely email. My heart is glad, but my gut asks, how far are we from reaching our goal? Since you wisely do not talk about the dollar amount, rather close or still working toward the goal, I must ask, if I do not accept the sewing chair and we go into round 3 of donations toward winning the chair, do you think that will garner enough interest to make a considerable dent in the goal? Always thinking of somebody else. The answer is yes, by all means. Let's start round 3, making donations to win the chair tonight. So we're going to start today. There was some actual sales that came in today for Fit to Stitch, so I'm going to leave it for Fit to Stitch. But also what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in anyone who purchases the iron from here until a week from Sunday. We'll go like 10 days. So any Fit to Stitch purchases, $20 donations more, and any iron purchases. Reaching the goal will make my heart all the more glad, as it will take the pressure off you all. Who said sewing wasn't fun in more ways than one? You guys are amazing. This is what I say. I have the best customers on the planet. Patricia, I cannot say thank you enough, but I will say thank you. Just kind, and thinking of others. The other thing I wanted to mention is there's a class starting this Sunday. It's our shopping class, Easy Shopping. And the email tomorrow that you get, I'll highlight that class. Just reminded that the summer has gone so fast that class is starting this Sunday. Okay, I want to start fall fashions, and fall fashions are I just think they're so much fun. I always do. I always love the fall fashions. I really think I moved out of Miami, Florida, just so I could have some fun with fall fashions, because you know you can't wear fall fashions in Miami. It's summer year round. So what I want to do first is I want to go into some great fashion shows that I've seen. I'm going to highlight all of them. But as I go through and watch the different forecasts from different people, I just don't think you need my opinion. I don't even want it to be my opinion. I want it to be what's out there. I want to just bring it to you. So I'm going to recommend a couple of great fashion videos to watch. I'm going to highlight tonight what you're seeing in them, but you can watch them on your own, and we don't need to take the time to go through that. So this first one that I'm going to put up on the screen, this is Chanel. Beautifully done. Keep in mind that after Coco Chanel passed away, Karl Lagerfeld became the creative director. Karl Lagerfeld died in 2019. They have a new creative director who worked right hand with Karl Lagerfeld. I mean, Vian, I think is her name, worked right beside him. She's been there for 5 years. She has stepped aside. She has resigned. So this was her last show. Now this show was in February. Keep in mind that this is, happened a while ago. But it's on to where we really start to pay attention now. She has actually stepped down. I think they have appointed a new creative director, but I loved her. The last 5 years, I felt like Chanel really made a turn positively to where it was finally relatable. But, that's only my opinion. But anyway, watch that show. I think it's really, really good. And what I'm going to do here in a little bit, I'm going to put up a list of what's popular for fall. And if you watch these things, if you print out this list and go down it as the Chanel show is going, you'll see a lot of these things. It's incredible. The next show I want you to be aware of is, I liked this one. I think it was Ocean, what is it? What's the name on there? What is it? No, the name below, the name of this channel? Outfit. Outfit. If you search for under YouTube, go to Outfit and the Fall Fashion Trends, and you'll see this. I thought they did an excellent job. They did a comparison of runway versus streetwear, and I really think she was spot on, and I think she did a great job. The next one I'm going to recommend to you, I mean, you can watch these things all day long. It's amazing how much of the world is on YouTube. This one is Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren is this one. I love Ralph Lauren. I think he does a great job of being, and I don't mean Ralph Lauren, a lot of what we see, but it's Black Label. Does a beautiful job of, I don't know, I just think he encapsulates fashion for women and makes it really practical. You might watch Dior also. I didn't put Dior on here, but Christian Dior, it's interesting. If you'll just sit and watch it, I think you might enjoy that. All right, so what I want to do now is show you the, Benjamin, if you'll bring up, that one, perfect. I want to go through just what is fall about. Now, some of these things we'll see repeated. We'll see them, we've seen them in the past, but we're going to see them again. So I broke it down. I always break a fall forecast down into silhouettes, colors, and then fabrics, kind of, you know, the trend. And you kind of pull all those together, and that's really what makes it current. So notice the fabrics that we're seeing. Animal prints, always been animal prints, but a lot of times we've seen animal prints that have like yellow or green. You know, these are more classic animal prints, as if it was a natural animal, and they're very pretty. Turtlenecks, which I thought was weird, but not just turtlenecks, black turtlenecks. So you're gonna have to get out your black turtleneck or make one. Florals, we know that. Collars, we're seeing lots of high collars, which is why we did this one pattern. I'll go through those in just a minute. Black is actually a fashion item that's being mentioned over and over. So if it's not enough that you have black, make sure you get black. Cardigans, short and belted. I love that. Checked. Full legs. Fur. Both faux and real. Real fur is just not going away. Make it a personal thing, make it about you, but don't, you know, just know that it's very trending. Fur is very popular. Again, both fur and real. One of the reasons I did a bomber jacket, this for pattern of the month, is because if you remember, with this fashion forecast in mind, I did a fur bomber. When we go to do the POM, I'll bring that fur bomber so you can revisit it. Because if you haven't done your fur, if you've got it and haven't made it up, you want to do it, okay? And even faux fur, it's very expensive. Yeah, $100 a yard. It's very expensive. The colors that we're seeing are, we're going to bring up, let's do colors last. Let me go over the other trends, and then, because we've got a separate page for colors. I want you to see the just unusual parts that we did, and those are the pants, full legs for the pants. I love the pants. I mean, I didn't until I started trying them on. And once you start trying them on, they're so cool. They're just so, they're fun. They're so different. Full skirts are really popular. Accent the shoulders. Unusual sleeves, which is why we did this pattern. We got a lot of fun stuff. Of course, boho is really popular, which is why I did that vest. But what I want to do is show you the colors. I would recommend that you can go to, you know, Pantone Fall Fashion Colors, and we'll put this chart up, but you can put it up. I mean, you can find it. I wouldn't print it off ours because it's probably, you know, you'll get a little discoloration, and you might when you print it anyway. But these are the fall colors, and they're pretty. They're very pretty, and I'm seeing them in the stores. A lot of times you see a delay. I'm actually seeing them in the stores, and they're really fun. So you can find this. You can get your own kind of little color wheel, put it on your desktop, and then you can start to accumulate those colors. And what we know when we sew is we can have complete control. We can control the colors, the styles, the fashion. We can you know, do exactly what we want. And I just think that's a whole lot of fun. Okay, so now we have the silhouettes and we have the color trends. So now what I want to do is hop to each of the patterns, the new patterns, and I want to show you why, you know, we did that. So we're going to start with 124, why I did it, or each one that I did. All right, that one's 624. That one's this one right here. High collars. Collars are really big. It was important to me to try to make each pattern as versatile as I could within, you know, that pattern and having the limitations that we have. But this one we turned into this one. So all we have to do is open up that collar, and you can see that asymmetric line is positive here, but it opens up to be open at the waist. And it has a two-piece sleeve. We can roll it up with a lighter weight blouse. We can wear it as a little jacket if it's a heavier weight fabric. So these are both the same. Coco's asymmetrical. I think it's 624. All right, and then the next one. And by all means, you guys, when we start into fabrics, ask any questions you want. We've got a fashion video on the patterns. The pre-sale goes through Sunday night, and then we'll stop. We've already started printing the patterns. We're really excited about it. We've got a class on the patterns so that if you feel like you want the visual guides, we do fitting, we do all those kind of things. Those are all, you can get the class and the patterns for that. All right, the pant. I just love the pant. It is a wider leg. I did a corduroy version. In the pattern, again, there's two versions. I've got a pleated pattern, and then I've got a flat front. So you can decide that you want to do pleated, which I think is fabulous with the right fabric, or you can do a flat front, but they both have a nice straight leg. Good circumference at the bottom, nothing crazy. Some of the fashions I've seen are crazy on the bottom. I mean, they're just like, it looks like the pants are eating the person. They're just so oversized. So we want to, keep it in moderation, I guess I'm going to say. So there's the top. The pattern is 3024, the bottom. And then we have a little cardigan, I think is the next one. Oh, the twist top, we're right here. This is it. And I also have this one on. Textured fabrics are really big for fall. And within that line of texture runs velvets. Velvets are just wonderful. And I am buying up all the velvets I can get. Unfortunately, it's not very many, but that's what we're going to look at tonight. We've got a whole beautiful selection of stretch velvets that would be beautiful in this. I did this one. You notice on this one, this is done in a knit. Obviously, it can be done either way. It's just a great t-shirt. It's just a great t-shirt. This one in particular, I wanted to point out the sleeve, because the sleeve, I just love this sleeve. It comes out of the shoulder, it's a kimono, but it comes out of the shoulder seam as opposed to coming out of the side seam. And what that does is it just gives you a much more vertical line. So you can see in a stripe, it just has so fun how they go different directions. The velvet I have on, it doesn't change colors. I mean, the twist is just minor. It's not a big deal. And then, of course, the t-shirt. It can be all kinds of different things. Okay, and that's 124. That is the twist front tie. All right, and then we're going to go over to the raglan, and we're going to show you the raglan. And I'm sorry, not the raglan, the jacket over here. And I did two versions of this also. This is a reversible jacket. The goal of this jacket is these little short cardigans. They're very popular with the pants. We want a short jacket, not a long jacket with these wider leg pants. So it was really important to have a short jacket. I saw one that was reversible. I thought, oh, that's really the answer. This is a shawl collar. It comes up on your neck. Without a shawl collar, you can't get this coverage on the neck, so I did a shawl collar. And it's got a French dart. The base of this is $195. Okay, and then in that pattern also is the vest. And this is the vest. I had just put up this fabric. This fabric was fringed at the bottom. And that it's gone. But, I just love that. The vest, too, is very popular. And again, what you'll notice when you go through and look at those different fabrics I put on there, it was checked. Plaid, same thing. But so plaid is one of the colors that are really popular for fall, or one of the fabrics, the fabrications, I should say. Checks, high collars, all those kind of things are just really nice. I think that I want to do a little short video on checks because they're so simple, they're not difficult, and I think some of us are afraid of them. Once you just get the hang of them, all you have to do is match them at the side, and you can see they just match all the way down. That's the only place you have to match them. Okay? Okay, so let's pause here for a minute. I think we've covered all the pictures. Yeah, I think we have. Let's go ahead and give away an iron because when we sew, we need a good iron. And this little new one that's come out by Reliant, it's 120 bucks, doesn't leak. It's really a nice little iron. Oh, what did you say? Oh, there's one more? Got it? Okay. Okay, that's all right. Okay. Give us just a second, we'll give you the code. You got it? Okay. Remember the rules. Only put it in once. Because I think if you put it in twice, I'm pretty sure it'll kick you out. Okay? All right, so the code to win the iron. Surprise, it's iron. I-R-O-N. All small letters, no caps, just I-R-O-N. And then while we're doing that for a minute, we'll take any questions that you all have. It's great to see you all. I know I can't see you, but it's great to see you all. I'm pretending I can see you. We've got Spiffy week going on this week. We've got, we're in between right now. We pick up again on Friday for Spiffy 2, and it's been really fun. It's been really, just really enjoyable. That's a good thing. I like you guys. Okay, what's the circumference of 3024? Won't tell you. Yeah, what's the hem circumference of 3024? You know, it's an interesting thing because for a while they were online. You could always pick up the circumferences, you could always pick up all of that stuff. And it really led to a lot of people, you know, me included, a lot of people copying. And so what I've noticed as of late, they don't put it up anymore. They don't put any of that information up anymore because it gives off the styling. So I'm not going to divulge that either because it gives off my styling, and I've worked really hard for this styling. So you're just going to have to either buy them or figure it out on your own. Those are the two options. Sorry about that. So the black and white little jacket is gathered in the front like the gold top. The black and white jacket is gathered in the front like the gold top. There's no gathering in the front. This might just be where the belt is pulling it in. There's no gathering. It fits. It's just a panel, just a piece. So there's no gathers on that. What's the difference between the flat front, between the flat 3024 and 3200? I think a lot, but mainly it would be the shape of the leg. It's definitely the shape of the leg. The waistband is different, little things like that. 3200 doesn't have any pockets, and 3024 has pockets. Just nice side angular pockets. Does the pink plaid vest have elastic at the waist and the back? It does. It does in the pattern too. We give you directions on how to do that. We don't give you a casing because I'm not a big believer in casing. I think it just kind of makes one more step. You're welcome to if you like the way it looks inside, but I just do the elastic right onto the fabric. How much fabric for the vest? You know, I would just go to, it depends on the size, but I would say a yard, basically. Whenever you're dealing with a yard, especially if a fabric, if it's 54 round, most people aren't 54 round, it just takes the length of you. So typically a yard will do that. 624 in the black and white fabric is still asymmetric. It is. It is. It's just opened up so you don't see it as much. Is there a cuff on the 624 sleeve? There's not. It's a two-piece sleeve. It's a two-piece sleeve that tapers. In this particular case, the cuff is only obtained by rolling that up. There's a cuff in the last, gosh, I guess the last 3 or 4 blouses I've done, I've put cuffs on all of them. So I decided it was time to do no cuff. So we just did a very tapered two-piece sleeve. It's really a nice sleeve. You can do it all by itself and it's pretty. Have you seen any bodysuits? Yeah, well, we're doing one. We're doing the bodysuit. The bodysuit is the 124. When you buy the series 1300 that we just filmed, the pattern is free, or you can pre-order that pattern. That's a great, if you don't know about that, you could order that to get into the chair drawing for Sunday. You could pre-order it. We'll ship it out the end of August. Okay. The black top you have on, is it longer in the back than in the front? No, it's not really, but the twist, the tie, brings it up a little bit in the front. It's the same, but the tie brings it up. So it will probably appear shorter in the front than in the back because of the twist tie. Doesn't the Chanel top have gathers at the shoulders? It's Coco's. Yeah, there's gathers right here. You don't have to have gathers. You could make them pleated. But yes, gathers or pleats, yes, they're at the shoulder. It's not a regular shoulder line. It's what's called a dropped shoulder. A lot of you think drop shoulder is out to the side, but that's not the case. A drop shoulder means forward. So it is a drop shoulder, and then it has a back yoke. And then it has two little darts there, two little tucks here. Does the black and white 624 require extra pattern work? No, it requires less pattern work. You just leave off. Here, I can close this up so you can kind of see, what it looks like. See, there it is. It's the same thing. Well, it's backwards, but, we can go this way with it. Just put a button there, and the button fastens to the inside, and then this fastens to the outside. It's a very pretty little blouse. Remember that high collars are really in. So to accentuate those collars, I did both sides of the fabric on this one. To accentuate those collars is really popular for fall. So you really, it's a way to really get in, and they're even actually being worn up as well. So you could actually go this way with it also. All of those looks are really popular. And what's interesting is they're saying, and I don't know if it'll really happen, but they're actually taking the collar and replacing the scarf. So instead of having a scarf traditionally, they're just having a raised or large collar instead. In all these cases, you certainly could wear this up and do just that and replace that scarf, just for a little bit of time. Scarves aren't going anywhere, but just for a little bit of time. Can you use two different fabrics for the reversible jacket or not? You can. The instructions have you putting two different fabrics with wrong sides together and literally sewing as one. Mm-hmm. The brown fabric for the pants, is that your corduroy? It is. It is. I think this is online. And I think there's a few yards left. I couldn't tell you the fabric number off the top of my head. I should have that information for you, you guys, and I'm sorry I don't. But yes, it's the only corduroy that we have. There's a lighter color that we have, but we had it and we took it down, and it's not online right now. We'll put it up here in a little bit, but we don't have it up. This is the only corduroy we have. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't think I would make corduroy if I hadn't have felt the fabric. And I know that's terrible to tell you all, but the corduroy fabric that I have is incredible. It's like rayon. It's so drapey. It's amazing. It's really an interesting fabric. Okay, do we have a winner on the iron? Did you make the cardigan reversible? I did. This one's reversible, yeah. We reversed it in the fashion video. You can watch that fashion video, and the model took it off and reversed it and put it back on. Is 3414 similar to 3024? Well, 3414 has an elastic waist. 3024 is a pleated pant with a fitted waist and a fly front. 3414 is a pull-on pant. So 3414 has no pockets, 3024 does. Just look at the pictures. You should be able to see the differences between them. We got a winner? Sarah Benscoter. I may not say that right. Sarah, congratulations, you've got an iron. And I'll mail you this one. If you'll just shoot me an email, Peggy@silhouettepatterns.com, I'll put that iron in the mail for you. Congratulations. You guys, this iron, for those of you who didn't win, the iron is meant to be a travel iron. And I love that idea because you know why? Hotel irons, like there's nothing worse. Like if you just want to destroy your clothes, you iron them with a hotel iron. This is lightweight. I mean, it can easily go like in your, carry-on, and it's just not that big, but it's good. It's really good. I think it was smart of them to do something like this. It flips up so that's where you put the water in. It has a little spray thing. It's awesome. 120 bucks for this. I think it's great. Okay, so we'll get those going. I'm taking the class for the new patterns. Will you go over how to do rounded back? Yes. We'll go over all the fitting. Thanks. Love the new patterns. Thank you. Is the pin-like closure on 624 for sale too? No, I only have that one. I don't have, well, I probably have 5, but I don't have them for sale. I'm always looking for them, you guys. I've just got to find time to spend one whole day in New York just looking. That's my hardest thing that I have to do, is finding the time. You guys know that, right? Finding the time to do all of this is the hardest part of what we do. Is the pants pattern high waist like Sally's pant? It is high waist, yes. No, it's not a Ralph's. It's a high waist. The pants right now are a high waist. You can do a Ralph's. You can do the contoured, but the style right now is the high waist. What is the name and model? What is the name and model of the giveaway iron? It's a reliable velocity. A reliable velocity. It's the compact vapor generator, they call it. They don't call it an iron. They call it a vapor generator. It's pretty. It's brand new. Okay. All right, Sarah, congratulations on that, sweetie. Very nice. Okay, you want to do fabrics? Let's do fabrics, and then you guys can ask any questions you want to in the process about the new patterns or about fall, about any of that. Okay, I started with velvets because they're hard to find, and I've got some. I don't have a lot, but they're beautiful. So this is 5,300. So if you go to silhouettepatterns.com, fabrics, go to view all, scroll all the way to the bottom. I went bananas. I did 25 fabrics. I'm crazy. I really am. I did 25 fabrics, but it's simply because they're really pretty right now for fall, and I just really wanted to give you kind of a nice selection. Okay? Okay, so this is 5301. Oh, I forgot that we couldn't get this one down. Sorry, just a second. I'm going to do 5302 first, because 5301, we have to take one away to get it out because it's so tall. So most of these velvets, you guys, are like this. They're the cotton poly. They're beautiful drape, stretch in both direction. Some only have stretch in one direction, but most of them have stretch in both directions. You don't want a velvet to be 100% cotton. It doesn't have, it's kind of like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like outdated. It's the poly that makes these things like incredible. They're so easy to sew on. They're so easy to iron. They're wonderful. And they're just beautiful. The colors are just incredible. So I think I called this one a plum. Yeah, the plum. This is a wine. And you know what's interesting, or I think it's interesting? They, so they're calling plum, you know, you can see the difference in these two. This one is a purpley and this is a wine. They're calling for plum. They're saying plum. On the color chart, they're saying that plum is what's really stylish, but you're seeing so much of the wine. So I really think they're both, you know, pick the one you like the best. I think they both go hand in hand, but this is the wine. And then that's the plum, so that you can see the difference there between the two. I'm not going to try to put that back because it doesn't really fit. I'm going to put this one back. Okay, so the wine is number 1 and the plum is number 2. And then the deep rose is number 3. It's just pretty. I don't know what to say about these. They're just beautiful in color. And then we're going to go on. We're going to go through these kind of quickly because they're all, you know, the same. This one, I just love this one. I think that, and I don't even think, you know, like I've got my velvet on right now and I've got it on with jeans. I just think these are fun to do anything with, and wear them with jeans. Don't wait until, I mean, they're not fancy. They're fancy, but they're meant to be just mixed with casual. And you know, it's that whole boho again, where jeans are just so popular. The pants over there, the 3024 that I made, that's the denim. We'll see it in a little bit, but I made it with the black denim. And they're beautiful. We'll show you the fabric here in a little bit. But I love those pants. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is just, this is a viscose. It's a plum, and I put it in because it just matches so pretty with this. So this is a viscose knit. You can see it's got great drape. It's a beautiful color. And then we've got a little bit, I called this a blush velvet. Isn't that pretty? I don't think you can go wrong. Pick a color, pick 3 colors, they're just beautiful. And you will be thrilled with these. If you haven't sewn with velvet, they are lovely. This I called the Gray Fox. Or I think I called it Foxy Gray. I just love this color. And you know, you can get 2 different colors out of them. If you don't like the lighter, you flip it up with velvet and you get the darker. So you just decide which color you want it to be, and then you make sure all the fabrics go that color. It's very easy to sew with. It's really fun. Some of them are 1-way, some of them are 2-way. All of them I put whether they were 1-way or 2-way. For most of the things you make, it's not really going to matter, but I did put that down. This is kind of an ocean blue, which I think is just beautiful. They pretty? Oh, they're just so pretty. And don't like save them for the holidays, you guys. You got to make them. You got to wear them. They're wonderful. And then this is just a solid black. Remember, black and turtleneck. Those are your 2 things that are a big deal this fall. Black and turtlenecks. Okay. And then we have a light teal, which is very pretty. They're all beautiful. They're just really pretty. Stretch in both directions, this has. And then I put in some teal because we've got some that matches. This is a wool. It's a wool poly. The selvage, actually, it's stitched in. I mean, this is really pretty. This is a stretch woven. It has stretch in both directions. This is a beautiful piece of fabric, but you can read the selvage there. You got it? Yeah, it says made in Italy, and then the vendor. And it's really pretty. And then we had this before, and I put it back in because of the color, the teal. Be great to do you could do a blouse with it. You could do all kinds of really pretty things. Cape, but it's that same teal color that's very popular right now. And it's well priced. It's a really good price. Then we have the black velvet I have on. And if you notice, this has got like an animal print within the velvet. Very easy to sew with, very pretty. I love fabrics that are just good and you don't have to worry about, that you'll iron them and ruin them or something. And then of course, I only have this little bit of black. This is a faux black leather. I just have this little bit left, but this is the time to really bring out the faux leather. You could easily do a pair of pants. It'd be really fun. Very easy to sew with and really good looking. It's a cotton poly. Okay, those are the first. There's 14. I dropped my paper. Sorry about that. There's 14 in that upper row. It's a busy row. Okay. Okay. Good deal. Are we good? Should we check for questions? Or are we okay? All right. We'll take just a break here. Just a minute. Do you iron velvet from the back? No, not this, you guys. You can iron it. You can iron right on it. It is so tough. I don't know how else to say it. It's wonderful. It's not your mama's velvet. It's not like when we wore velvet dresses to prom. It's changed completely, and it's beautiful, and it's day wear. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun. What's your suggestion for 5304? 5301, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I would do like, you want to remember complex fabric, simple patterns, so like 323, L's, you know, it's a PBS pattern, L's, cowl, sheared top. That would be terrific. A cowl neck would be, you know, anything like that. You really want to show off. I mean, unless you went the other way and went tight, you know, and did like just a t-shirt. You could do that. You could do something with gathers or something without. But it'd be pretty with the top I have on too. You know, do a little twist in the front. Either way. Easy fun. 5304 embroidery thread or printed? No, no, no. This is all embroidered, you guys. This is a real expensive piece of fabric. This is all embroidered. All embroidered on here. This, you could easily find this for $100 a yard. It's all embroidered. It's got sequins. They're all put on. That's all stitched on. It's a beautiful piece of fabric. So I say $19.99. That's a giveaway. That is an absolute giveaway price. We're giving it away, except we're not giving it away. You have to pay $19.99. Any tips on ironing the velvet? You don't need tips. Just iron it. You don't need any tips. I mean, as long as it is. You know, I mean, I guess I could say you could burn it, but you know, I use that reliable iron. It has a lot of steam, and I always have the setting on, not the highest, but like the next one where there's lots of steam. Iron's no problem. I made this top in what, an hour? You know, it's very quick. It's very quick and easy. Okay. Peggy, oh, hairbrushing across the microphone causing a lot of noise. Okay, sorry. You guys, I don't have a place to put this microphone, so I'm just clamping it onto the front of my blouse. Sorry, I'll move it down. Okay? Sorry, thank you all. It's got to be very distracting. Okay, let's do the bottom row. That's top 15 is what that is. So we're going to start with number 16. This is a panel, and this is a boiled wool. And this is what everybody's got. This is what this is I'm going to put my paper up there so I don't drop it. This is like what you'd want for a cape or a vest. It's beautiful. Like I said, it's a boiled wool. It's light. I think it's a cashmere, but it did not say cashmere, and I can't tell. But it's very light. I mean, it has stretch in both directions. You could put in a sleeve if you wanted to. So a panel, it's 1.5 yards. So it's the price that's on the site is for 1.5 yards. So it's 58 inches wide, I think it is. And the panel itself is 54 inches in length. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. So I thought I'd cut a panel off because you can probably see it. I don't think you need to finish these edges at all. I think they're so beautiful and they're so even, I would leave them just like they are. And then just whatever you decide to do at the top of it. But you could make a Hugo's cardigan, I think would be beautiful. You'd probably need 2 panels to do that. This is a really pretty piece of fabric. All right, so that's number 5316 is what that is. 5315. 5316 this is kite, and I don't have a lot of this left. This is a cotton poly, but this would be beautiful for a pleated pair of pants. I put this back in, even though I didn't have much, because it's the right color, it's the right texture, it's everything needed for a pair of pleated pants. It would be just absolutely lovely. And then this right here, again, we don't have very much left of this, but this is perfect. And I had it in earlier, and I bought it because for these reversible jackets, again, it's just perfect. It's 100% cotton. It has stretch in both directions. It's just a beautiful piece of fabric. And it's 5317. Okay, and it's gold gray. It's just every bit is in trend with what's in style right now. I put this piece in because it is a black 100% viscose. It's your black knit turtleneck. It's got stretch in both directions. If you don't like do a turtleneck, you could do 125. 125 is on the PBS site, 125 and 1819. You could do 101, would be wonderful. Lots of great things with this. But this is 100% viscose, and it's a black, and it's a nice dark black. Now this is also you could do it, it's more expensive, but it's a Gucci. And this is a Gucci, and it's a rib, is what it is. Now I put this up because we've got the bomber jacket this month. And if you wanted just a little bit of ribbing in that very traditional way, this would be it. It's got stretch in both directions. It's 100% cotton. This is a Gucci, and it's beautiful. I mean, needless to say, it's beautiful. It's not inexpensive. It's $59. Yeah, it's $60 a yard. It's a viscose cotton. I think I said 100% cotton, but it's a Gucci, and it's black. It's very, very black. Okay, and then we have, this is 5320. This is a beautiful Pontoroma. It has stretch in both directions. It's a pretty piece of fabric. Beautiful color. It'd be beautiful for a flat front pant. For that new pant and a flat front, it would just hang beautiful. It would drape, it would move. It would just be really on trend and very current. And then I put in here pinstripes because this is really part of those fashion shows when you watch them. This is 100% cotton, and this is a black denim, but it's got just a little bit of stripe in there. It's a very light stripe. But what I was going to say, when you watch those fashion shows, you're going to see a big trend is the classics. And all of these classics, suits, the pants, the pinstripes, they're very, very popular. A trench coat with these same pinstripes, very popular. So this is just a great fabric, 100% cotton, and it really represents what's going on in fall. This is the black denim that my pants over there are out of. Love this denim. It is a cotton poly. It's got a little bit of poly in it, but it's a beautiful denim. It's got a black thread and a white thread, and it is a stretch woven. And I can't wait to wear my denims. I just love the wider leg. I did not think I would, but I do. I think it's just a fresh change, just something new, and it's nice to have something new rather than same old, same old. But anyway, it's a great pant. This is 5320. Oh, I should put my glasses on. I'm sorry, you guys. 5322. You probably already got it. You don't need me. But anyway, 5323. I did this because it's a narrower pinstripe. It's got a great selvage if you decide to make a jacket out of it. Could easily be like a little blouse like this, worn open. It's a stretch woven. It's got stretch in one direction. Look at that pinstripe. I mean, it's beautiful. The fiber is 100% cotton. Isn't that pretty? 100% cotton pinstripe. Beautiful drape. Just really pretty. You could even do a suit. If you've got the new pattern, the Josie's jacket, this would be a great Josie's jacket, and then make the pant to match. That would be just beautiful. The pinstripe itself, it's got a little touch of wine. When I look really close, I don't see any wine, but it kind of has a wine cast to it. But it's a black fabric, and it's got kind of a cream dot. Very, very pretty again. Okay, and then I put this wine in simply because I felt like it would make just a great pant. It's a knit. You certainly could do the top I have on. You could do the knotted 124. This has stretch in both directions. And then you could do a matching pant, and it would be beautiful together. Don't be afraid to go monochromatic. Again, in those videos you're going to watch, the monochromatic is in every single show. You'll see it at the very beginning of Ralph Lauren. You'll see the very beginning of Chanel. It's there in every show, that monochromatic look. It's a beautiful look. We did it here, but I don't think I really emphasized it enough, how pretty it is and how popular it is. And then this last fabric is 5325. It's a black. This is beautiful. It's kind of a cross between a scuba and a Pontoroma. It has stretch in both directions. This is out of the world for a pair of pants. Like, do the wider leg, the new 3024, it'd be perfect. It's very pretty. It is a cotton poly, two-way stretch, 53.25. Lovely piece of fabric. So it's really exciting because the fabrics are just beautiful. And the fabrics that we've gotten in, that we're getting in, I'm just so excited. The stuff I see coming in is just, it's just exciting. So we're going to have great fun stuff to sew this fall, that's for sure. Okay, so let's go and ask questions and see what you all need. Happy to answer. If you remember a few months ago, you had a shiny pewter fabric. Would it look good for 124? You had it in gold too. Boy, I don't remember. But if it's a knit, it'll look good. Okay? If it's a knit, it'll work. What is the weight of the black denim? Go to the key and it has it on there. I would say probably a 4. Even though it's a lightweight denim, it is probably a 4. I probably put it as a 4. It's just not, it's got to be heavier than the knits. The knits are 3. So I would put it as a 4. Even though it's a lightweight denim, it's a nice denim. And remember, it's a stretch woven denim. So very pretty. Oh my goodness, I love fabrics, you guys. I know why the reason we have 25 is because it was hard to pare it down. Just I really wanted to show you some really beautiful fabrics. Is the pattern 624 a top or a jacket? 624 is a blouse. It's a blouse. What I wanted you to see, it has a blouse armhole, it has a blouse sleeve. All I wanted you to see is if you do it with a more rigid fabric or a thicker fabric, pontoroma, a denim, it would look a little bit like a jacket. Now, that's why I put in the two-piece sleeve, because I wanted it, the two-piece sleeve allows for the fabric to be a little more rigid, and it looks better if you use a more rigid, because a blouse sleeve will have a twist to it and it's not attractive. Okay, so it is a blouse though. 624 is a blouse. Could we see 5303 again? Yes, you may, of course. 5303 was what I called this kind of rose color. Or no, I can't remember what I called it. But anyway, yes, that's 5303. And it's a velvet, so I'm going to turn it all around so you can see all the different colors, okay, that it becomes. It can be lighter, darker. Isn't that pretty? Somebody who looks good in pinks is just going to shine in this. All my fabrics are falling over. It's like, what is that, timber? Or Humpty Dumpty? I'm not sure which. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Does the flat front pant have a side zipper? No, the flat front pant has a fly front. The fly front. But you know what? I'm going to tell you, this fly front method that we do is amazing. You gotta learn it. It's fabulous on how a lot of women have said to me in workshops, oh, I don't like the zipper in the front, I've got a tummy. This fly front method is just so beautiful. If you're not familiar with how we do it, I stole it right out of the factories. It's just flawless. It's really a nice method. So 624 could be used as a jacket, sure. I mean, it's not a jacket. It's not a jacket. A jacket has a shoulder pad. A jacket has different, by pattern making standards, but could you wear it as an outer garment? Yes, you could. Do the wine or plum velvet colors coordinate with any of the wine fabrics on the bottom? Oh, that's a good question. Yes, I put them together for that reason. This is the kite, which is 53, let's see, it's 5316. 53, I should go get my paper. Let me get my paper to make sure I'm telling you the right numbers. It's 5316, yes. 5316 to me, that is beautiful together. Look at that. I appreciate you asking, because I actually meant to bring this up and I forgot. So you see the texture of the velvet, and then it's almost like it's the same color, but because it's a solid, it just blends beautifully. So that looks beautiful together. This color right here, if you look at this first one, I felt like these worked well together. And if you didn't like that, then I put this one in here so that it would work well together. And you can see that it's really beautiful together. Okay? But I think you could do the blush. I think you could do the gray with the burgundy bottom, the black. Obviously, any of them would be really pretty. Okay? Okay, what's the fabric in 124? The fabric, the 124, the one I have on, 124, is 5313. This one. It's a cotton poly. 5313 is the one I have on. That fabric we put up last week, it's sold out. The other fabric we put up, it's sold out. The one I have on is this 5314 right here. 5313, I'm sorry. 5313 is what it is. I'm so excited for fall. I am every year. I just love fall. I love summer. I guess that means I like the seasons. I guess is what that means. Would you use a knit for 3024? No, I wouldn't personally. I would find another pattern that works for it. You could use a stretch woven. That's a difference. But whenever you have a knit, you don't need a fly front. You could take the styling of the pant and you could move it to something else. But I think that, I don't think I would off the top of my head, no. How much is the boiled wool? I don't know. I don't have all my prices on this paper. The boiled wool, the number though, you can find it online, is 5315. I don't have the price here. And remember, it's a 1.5 yard piece. The panel itself is 1.5 yards, so whatever that price is for 1.5 yards of the boiled wool. Okay, I just don't have the price on my sheet. Sorry about that. Okay, what is the kite fabric content? I think it's a cotton poly. This one is kite, it's a cotton poly. This one is kite. Kite uses, even like when I go to the store, they're in Nordstrom's, they're in Neiman's, and I love looking at that stuff because there's times I look at that stuff and say, hey, I've got that fabric. They use a lot of poly, but a lot of the designers do. This is a poly too. It's just a touch. It's just a small amount. It's like less than 1%, but what it does is it just gives that fabric almost like a little oomph, and it really creates a much easier to handle fabric than if it's just all the 100%. I know that sounds crazy, just that little percent. It's amazing what that little percent does. The top you have on, is that a 2 or 3 yards? I think I'd like it a couple inches longer. The top I have on was 2 yards. So if you want it longer, you just have to cut. There's a lengthen or shorten line on the pattern you'd have to add. Okay? Could the 5615 be made in the vest? 5615, 56, I probably mean 5315. Yes, this one, the panel made into the vest, that would be beautiful. Oh my gosh. But what I was saying is it has stretch in both directions, so you could actually do a sleeve out of it if you wanted to. It's a boiled wool, but it's, I'm thinking Hugo's cardigan, only because I love the cardigan, but it would be beautiful in that graduated panel. It'd be really, really pretty. What would match the light teal? The light teal, I would probably with that, I would either go, personally, you want to go wild or you want to just go normal? I think a navy would be beautiful. I think this black would be beautiful. This black is not really a dark, dark black. It's kind of a brown black. Let me pull it out and put it together and see if y'all like it. I just think this fabric is really pretty. It's a black. It's definitely a black, but it's kind of like a brown black. But look at the two of them together. Isn't that pretty together? This is just not so black that it gives a really soft complement to both of them. And here I am hitting my microphone again, you guys. I'm sorry. Put my hair in a ponytail. All right, that's the light teal. Be pretty in a pinstripe too. Does 5304 have some plain areas too? 5304, let me move these here just one second. 5304 is my grape stitching. It does have some plain sections to answer your question, but the next question you're going to ask me is how big are the plain sections? And I don't know. See how these ends over here are completely plain? But they're not really big areas of plain, but there is some plain. But no, this embroidery is continuous. It's not like a panel. It just continually goes throughout the whole entire fabric. Okay? Okay. Is the center front of the black and white 620, is the center front of the black and white 624 cut different in the front? No, they're cut exactly the same. I didn't cut anything different. My goal is to help you all see more, see more variety, not confuse you. These are cut exactly the same. Exactly the same. I made no changes. I made no difference between those two. This one and this one are exactly the same. The only thing I did was roll up that sleeve, and I didn't put an opening until later, so you could kind of get it where that opened, and just kind of get it. I wanted you to just see a different look out of it, because people will say, "Oh, I don't want a blouse with the collar like that, but I would like, a little, maybe a little open, wear it as a jacket type look, because it's just a home run." It's a great look. Okay. And this was that, if you guys had it, we're sold out of it now, but this was that Oscar de la Renta fabric. It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful fabric. Does the gray velvet have a blue or lavender hue? The gray velvet has I would have to say lavender, because I've got it next to this pink, this blush, and it's a little lavenderish. It's pretty. Now it could be too, just the way I have it. Every time you turn velvet, it changes directions. You can get different colors out of it based on whether you put it going up or down. So you could possibly change that, I'm not sure. 5304 has no place to put in my cart. Oh, that means it's sold out. If there's no button, that just means that it's sold out. It means somebody was faster on the draw, is what that means. Are the velvets slippery to sew with? They're not. Well, I shouldn't say that. They have a nap to them. And when you put that nap together and you go through the machine, sometimes a nap tries to go in different directions. It's very controllable. You just don't let it. Just, hold one hand in back, one hand in front, and just go. And I didn't have any problem sewing on this. I mean, like I said, the top was made in an hour. I'm familiar with the pattern, don't get me wrong. I've made it now 8 times. In developing the pattern, you just make it up over and over. But it's not hard to sew with. Velvet is not hard to sew with. I think that's why I was so excited when it's very stylish. There's several designers who have come out with these beautiful velvet outfits. And so I just started buying up everything I could see. And even at that, it's going to be hard to find. It's going to be a really hard fabric to find. It's just going to be in short supply, because it's beautiful on. It looks great. The colors are amazing. So it's just going to be in real high demand. Is 624 asymmetrical? It is. 624 is asymmetric at the top, opens up to the bottom, and it opens up to a V. So it's double-breasted up here, but not down at the bottom, which is the most flattering asymmetric you can possibly do. It's the best way to do it. What is the fabric used for the blouse 624? It's cotton poly. We had it, when was it, last week? I had all these fabrics. You guys maybe have them. You can start talking and see who's got them. But it's a cotton collie. Poly cotton poly. Does 624 have the cup sizing and the shoulder gathering? It does, yes. B cup, C cup, and D cup. Yeah. You guys are getting to know me just way too well, right? All right, so we're excited about this fall. We've got great fabrics. For everyone, the shopping class is starting this Sunday. For everyone who purchases Fit to Stitch, a week from Sunday, from now through a week from Sunday, we'll have another drawing. Mary Lou's birthday. Happy birthday, Mary Lou. The iron, if you purchase the iron, I'll put your name into the drawing for the sewing chair. Same company, why not? And I think that's it. What else? Oh, the LA trip. For those of you going on the LA trip, the information is ready to go out tonight. I just wanted to make sure a few details crossed. We're staying at the Hyatt Regency right at LAX. I'll mail you all that information, no worries, okay? So other than that, we're going to have a great time. It's right after Labor Day, September 5th and 6th. There's probably 6 spots open if you're interested in going on the LA trip. Just don't put it off, because we cannot take one person more because the hotel is crowded, full. Capiche? Okay. When 624 is open, is it symmetrical? Well, no, because it's asymmetrical. Asymmetrical means it has more on one side than on another. Then asymmetric is when it has more here than what it has here. Both sides are symmetrical, I think is probably what you're asking, but it is asymmetric when it's closed because of the way it's overlapped. Goes past center front. Hope that helps. All right, you all, that was too much fun. That was way too much fun. We will get sewing and we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I've got to change things around. This week has been crazy. But tomorrow at 2 o'clock we'll have our Q&As. And we're already full, so any questions that come in, we'll push them to the next Q&A because we got a whole bunch of Q&As. But hopefully we'll see you live tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Bye. Later. Happy fall.